Morning. So yeah, it's day 45 of the vlog now. It's Monday morning. Today we're going to look at injuries. So obviously I mentioned it yesterday, I'm going to have a little look at the first aid kit and stuff, but there's obviously a lot of things I've bought and a lot of equipment and things online that give you tips on how to not only sort of stop injuries, so prevent injuries, but also maintain, if you do have an injury, how you can maybe keep going without having to stop doing what you're doing. I'm going to have a little look at that today as well. So that might be things like stretching, might have a little look at yoga, might have a go at some of the tape as well. So yeah, may do a couple of vlogs on this one because it's quite a lot. Also, I'm going to go for a run this morning. It sounds really windy outside. I'm going to wear my new bib and my new top as well. Got my favourite breakfast again this morning. I've even stuck. I was out of eating half on the way to the lounge, but I got my crave in there. There is somewhere some trail mix as well, but yeah, it's hidden under all the crave. I put loads in this morning. I don't think this prevents injury, to be honest, but it makes me feel good. One of the main reasons people get injured, particularly running and stuff, is where they get cold. And it's really cold this morning. There's a really strong north wind. So what I've just put on, and this isn't compression, this is just a thermal layer, base layer. And again, I'm hoping that'll just keep my muscles nice and warm, essentially, rather than, I said, feeling cold, stiffening up, because the first thing you're going to do when you run is probably go off a little bit quicker than you should do. And obviously that's when you might pull a muscle. So I've put a thermal layer on today. I do also have other thermal sort of clothing. So I have these thermal sort of trousers. I'm not going to wear them today. I'm going to wear the sort of thick trousers I normally wear running. They're more like compression ones. And I also have some shorts as well. But these aren't compression. They literally just... Let's just put these on quickly. Over my pyjamas. If I turn the light on. They literally just sit over. What a look that is. But yeah, they literally just keep your legs warm, keep your muscles sort of, as I said, not too stiff, just keep them moving. And then, yeah, you should be all right. But yeah, I'm just going to wear the thermal top and trousers this morning. Looks like an apron, doesn't it, from this angle? But yeah, this is actually a running bib. It's a running vest, I should say. It's another one from Oddballs called Mad Cow. So yeah, you don't have to, when it comes to compression and thermal gear, obviously buy that sort of thing. You can just put vests underneath as well, and it doesn't have to look as ridiculous as this one, but it's going to be hidden under my new bib anyway, so not to worry. As you can probably see, got the back massager behind me. That's meant to be good for preventing injuries, but as you saw the other day, I didn't particularly like it, so I think I'll leave that one today. Anyway, half ready for a run now. Really, I should stretch. It's something I said I'm really not good at, but there's two sort of main types of stretching you should do. One's static and one's dynamic. So static stretching is literally, as the word says, static. So it could be things like this, which, again, should be easier than I find it. But yeah, it could be a quad stretch like this. It could be just touching your toes for your hamstrings. I'm nowhere near my toes at the moment, by the way. Nowhere near. And I can already feel the stretch just bending down. As I said yesterday, the minute I lifted my leg up, oh, it was agony. And then your calf stretch is against like a door or a wall or something like that. Mum will tell me off because I'll get fingerprints all over the windows. But anyway, that's static stretching. Dynamic stretching, you see a lot of footballers do this, but this is things like where you move your joints at the same time. So things like opening the gates. I really apologise for this angle, watching myself on it. This is horrible. I'm very sorry. So there's something like that, which is working your sides. And again, you can swing your leg. I have pulled my hamstring doing this before, kicking it too high. But yeah, that's essentially things like dynamic stretching, where you move. That's rubbish. I'm just looking at my technique. That's terrible. But you get the rough idea. Static and dynamic stretching, you should do both. Definitely static after exercise. Probably best to do dynamic before and not after. And just don't kick your leg too high because you might put a hamstring in the process.
So obviously being a bit of a runner, injuries are kind of a little bit inevitable, but of course we all get injuries. It doesn't matter if you're a sports person or not. You can be lifting a box or anything. And a few injuries that come to my mind where I haven't actually been running. One of them was I poked myself in the eye when I was an archery instructor with the arrow, but not the sharp end, thankfully. But you're meant to stand to the side when you pull them out. And for some reason I didn't. So I managed to miss my glasses and get myself in the eye. Pulled my hamstring once at Portsmouth Scrown Pratt Park. So again, you know, like sometimes when you go to a show or whatever and there's like a seat at the end which someone needs to get to, you've got to get up off your chair. In the process of getting up off my chair, pulled my hamstring. Didn't get up very well. So the person that went by me was responsible for my hamstring being pulled. Didn't run for 2 weeks. And I also had to go to a minor injuries unit once because I got a stress fracture in my foot, which was probably done by, you know, overrunning. But all I was doing was standing in the kitchen boiling the kettle. And, you know, I was just waiting for it and suddenly I felt this click in my foot. And it's just agony after that. Went for a run, it all bruised up the next day. So yeah, you know, you try and avoid injury, but it is inevitable sometimes. So you have to be sensible, even when you're not exercising. What in your eye? Honestly, I'm a celebrity around these shores.
So obviously stretching is important, but as I've shown you before, so are strengthening exercises, and particularly for your knees. If your knees get sore, which is really common with running, just leaning up against the wall and sitting like this until you can't hold it any longer is amazing, but it's not very fun. So yeah, this is starting to hurt now. I'm done. So I managed to do 10 miles again this morning. Felt absolutely great. Obviously done my stretching, done a little bit of knee strengthening exercises, and now something that is quite important, I think, and something I've changed a lot, is what I eat after it. So you've seen me have my protein bars and all that as well, and protein's essentially the main thing I'm going to have. Again, as you've probably heard, it's meant to be good for growth and repair. Got some lentils, not having them now, but again, 8:30 in the morning. Don't know if you can see that. No, you can't, but it's tuna again. Delicious. Thought I'd show you, and you've seen me using this at the gym, but this is my own foam roller, and they look really weird, don't they? They look absolutely horrible, and they are, to be honest. When you sit and roll on them, which you'll see in a minute, they're not the most comfortable, but they're essentially a self-massager. So I have had sports massagers before, and this is sort of meant to mimic like people digging their fingers and knuckles in, and then you have like the smoother bit with your palm, and essentially it's just meant to copy that. The thing is, it does hurt. I mean, there's no lying about that. There's no pretending that this is comfortable, but oh god, once you've done it, oh, once you've done it, it is worth it. Oh, I don't know what's worse, this or my quads. This is worse. Oh, gee. One I like to do on the foam roller, well, not exactly like to do on the foam roller, but one I want to do is the IT band. So a lot of people get IT band injuries, which essentially affects their knee. So I try, and this is really uncomfortable, this one, but just essentially the side of your quad. Oh, wow, that's painful. I tell you what, massages are expensive. I wouldn't pay 45 quid to have someone do this. This looks ridiculous, but I just see my head popping in and out of the footage in a cow vest. That'll do. Right, time for a shower, then off to the gym. Obviously, by this stage, I've done my run, I've done my stretching, I've done my foam rolling, and I feel great. I've had a nice warm shower. Now it's time to put the compression gear on because I'm going to the gym. And obviously, like the foam roller, the compression gear, again, not too sure about the scientific side of it, but apparently it's meant to help drainage, and I think it's the lymphatic system or something. So yeah, lymphatic drainage, whatever. Essentially, compression gear is just meant to help your recovery, and I actually find it does work quite well as long as it is tight enough. Obviously, not like those arm compression things. This top, it's like a swimming top, to be honest. But the only problem with them, they show every part of you, literally every bone, every nipple, everything. It's not the nicest look. But yeah, I've got the shorts on, and I've obviously got my calf compression socks on, which I'm actually going to keep on in the gym. But they do work. I do like compression stuff. It keeps you warm as well. That's the main thing. The only problem, and you're going to see this now, is how to try and get it off because it is tight.
Oh, yeah.
What is in the first aid kit? Now, of course, they all vary. Some have things like bandages in, like triangular ones. Others have scissors and all sorts of things in. I haven't particularly looked in this one. I don't think it's got. I think I've had a look once. I don't think it has an eye drop thing as well. So if you sometimes get bits in your eyes, there's sometimes these eye solutions that can help clear out bits as well. But let's have a look what we got. I looked in this a little while ago. Yeah, you've got this sort of bandage here, which I think essentially helps strap things down a little bit more. So yeah, if you've got something on, you can just wrap it around and make things tighter. I think every first aid kit has ice packs. Got absolutely loads of these, by the way. My brother basically took a load from work, so got loads of these spare if I ever run out. And also I've got one of those reusable ones in the freezer as well. So yeah, they're perfect. Plasters. Always need plasters. As you've seen, I'm constantly sticking things on my feet. Cleansing wipes, alcohol free, so you should always clean a wound first. And what have I got here? More dressings, safety pins. They're actually starting to teach sort of doing knots and stuff without safety pins because obviously you don't always have them. And that is, to be honest, everything in this one. So yeah, that's what's in a first aid kit. You might also have, which this one does have as well, is if you're having to do, and hopefully you're never in this situation, but if you're having to do resuscitation, CPR, you might get a resuscitation mask. Sometimes people are sick and it's horrible if you've got like vomit around their mouth, or you just don't want to go mouth to mouth, so you get these resuscitation shields as well. So yeah, again, hope you never have to use it. I'm hoping I'm never going to have to use one, or anyone's going to have to use one on me. So yeah, that's your first aid kit. Again, I think plasters and ice packs are the absolute essentials in them, and the rest, yeah, depends what kit you get. It's work done for today. You're probably wondering where on earth are you sitting at the moment. You're actually in the back of my boot, and in my pocket I've got my resistance band. So this is another thing to sort of prevent injury and essentially increase your strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm about to go and do my trail run. I'm going to try and find a way I can use these while on the trail walk, not run, trail walk. So yeah, let's go and see if I can find a use for them and exercise while outdoors. Hoping it's going to be as quiet on that bit as it was last week. Honestly, this is a workout. Right, I think I've finally almost got to the sort of top of it. I'm not going up anymore. There is a footpath sign there, but I've managed to go all this way up to the very top. I don't know if you can see those cars in the distance, but that's where I've come from.
I'm shattered. Right, let's find somewhere where I can do these resistance bands. Found a spot up here where, again, it's so quiet. I don't even think half the people could walk up this. It's really steep. Honestly, I'll be on the moon by the time I get to the very top. So I'm going to probably leave it here. Let me show you anyway some resistance band workouts. So again, these are more for your strengthening as much as anything. I'll put that round here. You can kind of do like a row where you pull your bands like this past your back, almost like I'm skiing basically. What am I doing? I'm at the top of the hill. Let me show you the resistance band tied around a fence. I said even the birds are probably scared of me now. So that's the first one anyway. And then you can also do things where you don't need to tie it around anything. So you can do like bicep curl. I'll stand back a bit, stand on the band itself, and then just pull up like so. And you can really feel that in your arms. Oh. Just be careful not to over pull them, because the last thing you want is something like this snapping in your face. I mean, this would just go on forever and ever. That's just going up and up. Maybe next week. Down we go. Tell you what, even though I was saying how hard it is going uphill, I much prefer it than going downhill. So I'm finally nearly at the bottom now. But yeah, when you go downhill, you can't control your speed so well. And, you know, when you're on uneven terrain as it is, the last thing you want to do is twist your ankle and end up on crutches. As I was saying about crutches, no, these were crutches that I got after I had my ankle surgery. Still got them. I'm still pretty fast on them as well, watch. They're quite a workout, these as well. I mean, they really strengthen your arms and stuff, but they do hurt your hands on this. I had a little look. There are actually some Guinness World Records for crutches. I think the fastest mile with crutches is 8 minutes. So if anyone wants to see me do that, let me know. I might have a go at some Guinness World Records with crutches. But yeah, I don't need these really. No injuries from that trail. Well, apart from my shoes digging in a little bit, but it's all good. I've got plasters, I've got sponges. So yeah, I just caught up with my brother. He was out for today, so I met him at the local park. It is so quiet again along the seafront. So still as well. There's just nobody around. It's lovely. Thankfully, it's not raining today either. So yeah, hoping to get back. Got towed in a hole tonight, and yeah, as long as we're dry, that's the main thing. Going to do some yoga to finish off today's injury prevention video, because of course you hear a lot about yoga, but I'm not going to start doing it properly. I'm just going to try 3 of the weirdest ones I saw online and see how close I can get to actually doing them. So yeah, see you in a bit. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit scared about this one. There's no way I'm getting my feet over my head like that, but let's give it a try anyway. Pull my trousers up. 3, 2, 1. Oh! I tell you what, I don't think I'm too bad at that. I mean, I'm nowhere near the floor. Oh, I feel dizzy now. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to give me loads of mental health benefits or anything, or any physical, actually. That's, yeah, quite happy with how I did there, though. Lie on my back, legs to the side. That's not right, is it? No idea.
Right, so this last one looks a little bit more simple because essentially all I've got to do is just lie on my back and try and reach my foot. So, lying on my back, straight leg. Oh, I'm nowhere near, am I? Oh, I just kicked my kettle as well. Not sure I'm cut out for yoga. Maybe we'll find some more at another time. That's it for today. Hopefully, yeah, that's given you a few ideas of certain things you can do to prevent and manage injuries. The other one is ankle weights. Well, I didn't even get to show you that because it's been such a long vlog today. But I have to say, and I'm lying on a very comfy mat at the minute, one of the most important things as well is you can have all these injury prevention things. You've also got to rest as well and make sure that you let your muscles recover. So listening to your body. Turns to tomorrow, it's my long day at work, so I might have a little go at the post box challenge tomorrow, which I have in mind, and maybe review my running watch as well, because obviously that's been my biggest training partner essentially. Done 40,000 steps, toning a hole for dinner tonight. Thankfully, no more yoga for now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you later.